waiting for a day that I thought would be like interesting to do a sort of day in the life. It's not good lighting. That's maybe a bit better. I'm trying to also not film the mess that's on the floor right now. But I thought I would do day in the life, what I've been up to, update everybody. When I say everybody, the 12 people that are probably going to watch this, and talk through what I've been doing recently, what my days are looking like. I was kind of waiting for an interesting day to come around, and it never came, so figured just pick up and film something. Yeah, talk you through a kind of boring day for an online rowing coach / retired rower, recently retired. Yeah, talk about some of the stuff that's happening going forward, kind of about to go on a trip. That's exciting, but yeah, a bit of a life update, just kind of, yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I'm just going to film some of the stuff I do today. Now, normally, I get up at 5:30 or 6, and then, yeah, do my wee morning routine, but I just couldn't be bothered filming myself and talking to a camera at that time, so a bit later. I normally try and start my day around, start doing things around 7:30. I don't know, I got a wider lens for this camera. But yeah, I'm gonna eat my breakfast. I normally don't eat, I don't know, this is what you do, right? I'm gonna eat my breakfast and then start working, basically. Yeah, next purchase is gonna be a tripod, because this angle isn't very good. I've got all the on the front of it as well, so. Normally what I have for breakfast is protein powder, kind of sludge, and then some cereal, so no Shreddies or Rice Krispies or something, nothing crazy, and then yeah, there we go. I've put it in the cupboard, so that's a bit better. Just gonna film myself doing it. So you put the protein powder into the bowl, and then you put milk in it. And you give it a zhuzh. It always feels weird, just filming every little step you do. You feel like you should only do the interesting stuff, but I don't know. I quite like watching YouTube vlogs and YouTube videos, and there's normally the stuff that they do, and I'm when they do it, I'm oh, okay, that's what they do in the morning. Oh, okay, that's important. I like that part of it, so I'm gonna try and do that part of it, and then make it interesting. I don't know, I'm just talking whatever's going on in my head because I don't know what to say right now, because whoa, that's definitely off. I'm not just doing that for the camera. I've got this habit, me and my brother both have it, but when we were younger, my dad used to he would always say don't finish the milk when we have our cereal. So we always would he'd always just want us to leave a little bit. So I don't know, it's just ingrained into me. There's this habit of leaving milk with this much at the bottom of it, just so that my dad could have it in his coffee or tea or whatever. But yeah, what ends up happening is now I'll often just leave one of these in the thing and leave it for a while and forget that it's been there for maybe a few weeks, and then it goes off, and yeah, this one's off. I wasn't just doing that for content, that's genuine. To be honest, I had the suspicion that it would be off, but I was oh, if it is off, then I can film myself drinking it and being oh, that's off, oh god, I had milk, it was disgusting. Probably the most interesting thing that's gonna happen all day. Let's try that again. This one has slightly less. Smells okay. Yeah, although it's the unsweetened one, so it doesn't taste as good. I'm in charge of taking care of this plant while Pauline's away in Aberdeen. She came back and the leaves were slightly droopy. She was what have you done? You've left it to die. And I was I don't know, how am I meant to know? I can't tell when the leaves are dying. I mean, obviously when they're brown, but they were drooping slightly. Pauline's a mad green thumb, and she's definitely in charge of all these plants and stuff, but right, I'm gonna put the camera down, press record, and then so I can film myself walking in, so you guys can see. Breakfast. Yeah, never eat at my desk. I try and keep that space strictly for work. I'm sure I could, but I don't know. I just kind of like to have it like, if I'm in that room, I'm working. So just try and biohack my brain. But yeah, here I thought I would just do a kind of tease at what's going to happen in the future. So I don't know if this is going to work. No, it's definitely not going to work. I'm trying to... Where's the UK? I'm looking at this from a reverse angle. That'll make sense when I say later. I'm doing the thing as well. You're meant to tell people on YouTube what you're going to do and what you're going to say and make it really exciting, and then create hype so that you stay to the end of the video. Chances are you've probably clicked off already. But yeah, what am I going to say? What am I doing? Cool, so that's like what? 8 a.m. I normally try and be at my desk a little bit earlier, 6:30. Find I can get a good jump start on the day. I don't know, there's something about getting a decent amount of work done before like 11. I feel like I can kind of look out my window and be like, you know, if you see people on their way to work and you feel like you've done something already. I don't know, I'm a morning person, so I kind of like that. Time to sit down, write on my to-do list. Wednesdays, I normally don't do any coaching calls, just because I find it's good to kind of have 1 or 2 days fully dedicated towards just work and, you know, getting into a rhythm with it. I just find sometimes if I can get like locked into something and just stay focused on that, then it's kind of good to have a day where I do that. So that's what Wednesdays are. So programming, some tech reviews, maybe building some resources. Yeah, trying to find ways to make the service better. But yeah. So this is me pretending to do some work here. I won't be doing work, but it's just for the vlog. So I am always listening to binaural beats when I work. It's supposed to like the kind of second, I don't know, there's like 2 different wave frequencies apparently. And they play like one frequency on this one, another one on that one, and then it creates like a third wave that's supposed to help with focus. But yeah, I'm somebody who likes complete silence. Pauline got me these noise-cancelling headphones, which are a treat. I'll put the binaural beats on as well. But apparently, this one is Antidote. Detoxification Antidote, binaural toxins, removal, microplastics, toxic metals, and pesticides. Wow! Let's try it out. I feel amazing now. So I went to go put on my hoodie to try and pretend that it was still Wednesday, when in reality, it's Friday. This is a usual thing I do where I just get locked into something and forget about everything else. So it's Friday now. Wednesday I just got locked into work. Kind of normally get tunnel vision with things, and I find that's how I work best if I just kind of focus on one thing. So ended up working for the rest of the day Wednesday. And then forgot to film everything. So here we are Friday. I thought I would just recap the video. I figure I might as well keep it real. So what are my plans for the future? So pretty excited. For me, having now stopped competitive rowing, one of my dream jobs, I knew I always wanted to be involved in sport from a young age as a job. And I also always knew that I would love to do similar to what my dad did, where that was being self-employed. I wanted freedom coming out of rowing, a freedom of structure, because rowing, obviously, while I loved the process and everything, for 10 years it was very consuming and I didn't have much freedom about things I could do. I'm very lucky now that I'm in a position where I can be an online rowing coach and that can be my income. And for me, it ticks both my boxes on my dream jobs, where I can be self-employed, work the hours that I want to work. Now, of course, they're still long, but I enjoy the work, so that's the massive part of it. But for me, it's just like the perfect job because I get to choose when and where I work. I can work anywhere in the world. And I also get to do something that I love, which is being involved in sport and working with, really dedicated and passionate athletes. And, likewise, some of the other things. So Pauline, who supported me throughout my whole career, was always putting me first in terms of when we would go places, or prioritizing me going to bed early, or not going on holidays or weekends away, or normal things that couples did in their 20s. I can now do that a bit for her. I don't think I'll ever be able to repay that, but now she's doing medicine and stuff. I can try and be there for her in a fraction of the way that she was there for me. So that's another bonus. Anyways, where am I getting with this? I've got a couple of my athletes competing in the World Rowing Indoor Championships in Toronto in 25th February. And then I've also got one of my athletes down in Florida getting ready for a big race down there. So my plan is on the 17th of February to fly out from Glasgow down to London, over to Orlando, coach that athlete for a week down in Florida on training camp, go and do bits and bobs as well, and then fly up to Toronto. I always find it weird saying Toronto as well because I'm half Canadian, so the right way to say it is Toronto. You don't say the T, but now I say Toronto. So it's never going to feel natural. But anyways, go to Toronto for the weekend. Support some of my athletes that are there, watch everything, chat to anybody that wants to speak. I don't know if I'm going to set up a marquee, might be a bit too last minute, and then fly back home. So yeah, it's something I really want to do more of, go and support my athletes more that are competing around the world, and at the same time getting to enjoy the freedom and the travel that comes along with it and see different parts. So yeah, super excited for it. My plans are to obviously keep going as I have been with everything, the content, the training advice, putting it out on YouTube and social media. But at the same time, I want to try and document a bit of the journey as well, because I think it'd be pretty cool to look back on as well. So yeah, that's the plans again. Glasgow, London, Florida, Toronto, back to Glasgow. I think that was what I was trying to allude at in that stupid map thing I did. But yeah, cool. Don't know if I'll do another one of these in between then and now. Got a lot of things I want to do. I want to try and film all the Row Faster series before I go. Valentine's Day as well, which again is another thing. Valentine's Day always lines up with the GB trials in Boston, which, you know, it's not my cup of tea. It's not. It's a good rowing stretch, but it's not exactly the most romantic place in the world. So if you're from Boston, Lincolnshire as well, not Boston, Massachusetts, but sorry if you're from Boston if I'm throwing shade. But there's other places I'd rather be on Valentine's Day. But yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Bye.